In 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off and running in autonomous as the bots are controlled by programming in the first 15 seconds. 24-15, looks like they were trying to go high with that piece of coral. They actually dropped it into trough. That's worth 3 points for their alliance. They get 3 points for moving off the starting line. All right, now after the first 15 seconds, the human players now take control of the bots, move up and down the ocean floor as they had a deep dive all the way down to the ocean floor, trying to rebuild the coral reef and process algae along the way. 33-44, the Space Dragons. They're at the coral station picking up some coral from that human player on the outside. It comes from the outside, on top of the waves, down the chute, all the way to the bottom of the ocean floor. They pick it up, take it to the coral reef. They're going to try to score it high atop branch number 4. That would be worth 5 points if they can get it up there, as 10:02 is doing the same thing for the Red Alliance on the opposite side of the field. Scoring high atop the coral reef is worth 5 points right now. In the middle, worth 4. Down on the low branch, worth 3. If they can drop it into the trough, that's worth 2 points. As the bots move up and down the ocean floor, they're stirring up the waves and the ocean currents. Fighting them is 24-15, moves back towards the reef right now. 10:02 still trying to get that piece of coral up there on the top. And they've got 5 points for their alliance at this 21-14 now with 1 minute and 7 seconds left to go. 42-40, the Trotec Warrior team. They've got coral in their possession headed towards the reef. 10-3-38, hung up in the deep anchored cage. They get away from that and they move back towards the coral reef. As 42-40 spins around at the line, 10:02 back at the coral reef with another piece of coral. Got it in their possession, raised their arm way up high, trying to get it high atop the reef for 5 points. As the Blue Alliance, 24-15, the same on that side. 5 points for the Blue Alliance as it's now 25-24 with 32 seconds left to go in the match. 58-28 climbing on top of the algae. It's slipping and sliding. They slid off of it at time as they move along the ocean floor. We're down to 20 seconds. That sound means that we're in the end game. A lot of scoring can happen in the end game. It can make the difference in a match, one way or the other. As bots try to park underneath the barge or maybe lift themselves, ascend towards the ocean surface using the cages, deeply anchored or shallow anchored underneath the barge. As we're down to 1 second left to go, we have 3 of the red robots parked in the Red Alliance zone at 2 points apiece. That could be the difference as we look at 29-29 right now coming out of the match. Now, how we determine who is the victor is, we watch the big screen behind us. When we see the color of fish that are released onto the reef, that indicates who is victorious in that match. And then we can tell you about the ranking points after that, as we await the final score in match number 1. Are we ready? Look on the screen behind me. Let's take a look what it shows for match number 1. And there we go. Now let's see. It's the Red Alliance fish swimming on the reef. That indicates the Red Alliance victorious with a score of 35-31. And now we have a high score of the event at 35 points to be broken at some point during the match. There were 4 ranking points gained by the Red Alliance, 3 for the victory, 1 for completing the autonomous task of moving all of their bots off of the starting position and scoring at least 1 piece of coral on the reef. Same thing happened for the Blue Alliance. Those ranking points can be valuable as the competition continues into tomorrow.